up, it's Snitchery. How are you doing? I look very different in today's video. I never wear synthetic wigs. I will go so hard for synthetic wigs on other people, but on me, I feel like they just always look really, really fake. However, it is wig washing day, so all of my wigs, well, all my human hair wigs are upstairs getting deep conditioned, having their little spa day, little TLC. God, this wig is like killing me. It's so ugly. Okay, should I just sit like this against the wall all video? Maybe. Speaking of sitting, I was sitting the other day and thinking about how many of you all have subscribed to me since I made the video in this exact same spot talking about being biracial, and I've been getting a lot of questions in my comment section about me, like maybe from people I would assume who are new to my channel who don't know that much about me. So I thought it would be a good idea to do an old-fashioned little 4 a.m. Q&A. We're gonna get into it. I don't know what this video is titled, but whatever it is one of the things that I've talked about in extreme length in this video. So if you feel like, oh shit, I just wanted to hear her talk about that thing, now I feel cheaped out because it's a Q&A, you're gonna get your money's worth because it's gonna be whatever I care about the most. If you've never seen my face before and you're ever interested in seeing my face again, feel free to subscribe down below, join our little video family here, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me on this little video journey. It means the world. And like this video, please. If you like it, it really helps me out a bunch with the algorithm. Thank you so much. The delusion just hits me all at once. Is that better? That's so much worse. Is that better? No. I asked you guys on Instagram. My Instagram is Snitchery. Shameless promo. I do a lot of cosplay and face paint and makeup and cool shit. So I consider it kind of my primary platform as opposed to YouTube, which I do love. But I asked for questions on here. I haven't looked at any of them, so I'm not sure what we're gonna be getting into, but I asked you guys to make them super saucy. So let's get into some contentious, salacious content right now. Holistic asked, what's your ideal type of man? This is a funny question too, because I actually have been asked this before and my answer is so weird. So like, to get the kind of superficial things out of the way, I do like taller men, taller than me. I'm 5'8". A lot of people think I'm really short, but I'm actually pretty tall. So definitely taller than me. For me, my preference, I don't have like racial preferences, like aesthetic preferences. I definitely tend to go for guys that are more my style. But my style changes like every 2 months, so I don't even really put that as like a type. The only thing that has stayed consistent for years when people ask me what I look for in a guy is one time I was going to the Knicks launch party for the campaign that Nikita Dragon and I were the faces of. We went to this launch party in LA, and when we were leaving LA, my friend and I got stuck at LAX because it was snowing in Texas and there were no planes that could get us back to the East Coast. Like literally no planes. I mean, there were planes, but they were sold out and blah, blah, blah. Since then, the only thing I've wanted out of a partner is that they can get me out of LAX. But I'm like a really assertive bad bitch. That's how I see myself. That's how I visualize myself. Like, I can take care of myself. I travel solo 99.9% of the time, and like, baby knows what she's doing. Like, this is what I look for in good friends too. Like, if you can problem solve like a motherfucker, we're gonna get a lot. Brianna asked, many people criticized Brad Mondo when he did your hair, but how did you honestly feel? Okay, this is something I've wanted to talk about for a long time. Let's get into the drama, okay? So if you didn't know, I collaborated with a YouTuber named Brad Mondo. I'm sure you've seen him before. He's very popular. He does a lot of the, he is the hairdresser reacts channel, but he does a lot of other really cool stuff as well. And he asked me if I wanted to essentially get like a hair makeover on his channel. There aren't that many like beauty hair influencers in New York, so I was really about it. I went over to his place and he did my hair, and a lot of people really didn't like it, and I was really confused because I really liked the way it turned out. And then I realized that people didn't like it because they thought Brad, or at least this is what I gathered, that people didn't like it because they thought Brad really damaged my hair. And then immediately after, basically, I shaved my head. My hair was really damaged when I went into the salon in the first place. It was so beyond damaged. It was breaking. It was like the hair had to go. The hair was already gonna go from the beginning. And I mentioned this really briefly once, but what we didn't tell you guys, and it wasn't like keeping it a secret intentionally, we just didn't mention it in the video, was that we had a conversation where I was like, hey, I'm gonna shave my head. I wanna be platinum one more time. And Brad was like, that's really gonna damage your hair. Are you sure you're gonna shave your head? Because this is basically like a point of no return for your hair. I mean, it was so damaged beforehand. And I was like, absolutely fuck me up. So Brad made me platinum blonde. So blonde, it was like blinding. One comment I kept getting was that my roots were blue in the video, and they were immediately after I got my hair done, but that's just because we had toned it. If you go to the video after my video with Brad, you'll see that my hair is just white. There's no blue roots, there's no nothing. I just have white hair. And that was the actual final product. I shaved my head afterwards because I was always planning on shaving my head. I actually felt really bad because Brad started getting a lot of hate from people telling him that he was like being an irresponsible hairdresser, which literally was not the case. He told me all of the risks. He told me exactly what was gonna happen before I got my hair done by him, and I was completely and utterly okay with this. I consented to having my hair totally fucked up. It's what I wanted. I wanted to go as light as possible. I didn't care what it did to the integrity of my hair, and neither of us thought to put that conversation in the video. So it just looked like he was going like, go crazy, go stupid, go ham on my head, but that's literally what I asked for. Like, that's basically what I demanded. So to answer your question, I was really happy with it, and I actually felt really bad that Brad was getting that amount of hate. He did exactly what I wanted. The Borderline Princess asked, how are the jawline and cheek fillers looking? I want some, but I'm on the fence. I am in love with my filler. I am so in love with it. It has honestly raised my quality of life, which is gonna make what I'm about to say really confusing. I don't think I'll get it again. So filler's temporary. It's like, I guess it's considered semi-permanent, but it lasts under a year. It usually lasts around 6 months for most people. I don't think I would get more filler. Now, since I talked about getting filler on my channel, I have gone back to get it touched up, and I also got jaw filler. I think if anything, I would continue to get more masseter Botox. If you haven't watched my video on my filler and you don't know what masseter Botox is, it's essentially Botox they put in your jaw muscle for people who clench their teeth constantly, because it atrophies that muscle and gives you a lot of relief, so you're not always clenching your jaw. A lot of dentists actually recommend it and prescribe it for people with TMJ. I think I'd continue to get that, but with filler, I found that I'm like really reliant on my cheekbones now, and I'm really reliant on my jaw shape now. And because filler is semi-permanent, I've just been thinking a lot about the fact that I probably don't want to be getting this for the rest of my life. I mean, it's pretty expensive, and it's also just, I mean, it's a lot of maintenance because there is some aftercare involved with it as well. So if you're constantly like twice a year getting your filler touched up, I don't know, that just seems like a lot to me. I'm not gonna make any like promises. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna get filler again, 100% full stop. I am gonna let this cycle of filler filter out of my skin. I really liked my face pre-filler, and I like my face post-filler, and I don't want to be reliant on something that's not my actual, like the actual structure of what I look like. If I want to get it again, I'll get it again, but for now, I'm good on the filler. Miss LeBee asked, would you be open to a romantic relationship with a female? I'd be open to a romantic relationship with anyone. I've only ever had romantic inclinations towards men, but I am a firm believer that like, you never know what's gonna happen in the future. You know what I mean? Like with anything, but especially with the type of person you fall for. I was actually thinking about this because I was watching Catfish. I'm a Catfish addict. I freaking love that show. I've seen every episode probably 5 times, but it's such a good argument for the fact that really anybody can fall in love with anybody. I mean, I'm also a big proponent of the idea that like you have to be attracted to someone to be in a relationship with them if attraction is important to you, if physical intimacy is important to you. But as far as personality goes, like I could meet like a hot ass bitch tomorrow and fall in love with her. I don't know. Just because I've only been romantically attracted to men up until this point, like doesn't really mean anything. I'm 22. But so in short, yeah, I'd be open to anything. Safa Biddy asked, are you just as talkative in person or is it an act for the videos? Genuinely wondering. When people have met me in real life after seeing me on video, they've said I act exactly the same, but I also don't know if I'm then putting on like a public performance for these social interactions where I'm meeting people at events. I think I'm very similar to how I am on videos. One, because people have told me that, and also because when I do go to events like BeautyCon, when I'm gonna meet you guys, it doesn't feel like I'm putting on an act when I like talk to you. And I think if I was really different on video, it would feel like I was performing all the time and it would be really exhausting, but it doesn't feel like that. A lot of these questions are from men who are asking me on dates. That's very nice, but probably not. Lavon23 said, you are now trapped in the last anime you watched. What do you do? The last anime I watched was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, and I would just like, I'm a pick of the litter with the men. Like JoJo's men, if you guys ever watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they're drawn in a way, well in some of the parts, they're drawn in a way where they're like stupidly muscular, and my type isn't even really muscles, but in 2D, Kelly Nicole _9 asked, what is your biggest insecurity? This sounds so weird, but my biggest insecurity is that people will think I'm unintelligent based on the way I talk. But I have an accent that a lot of people read as Valley Girl. I get a lot of comments saying that I sound like Trisha Paytas. And it's because I'm from Northern Virginia, and the Northern Virginian accent is actually very similar to sort of like that Valley Girl accent from California. And I think when I talk, because I speak really quickly and with that little accent, a lot of people think I'm really airheaded. And I'm not gonna be that bitch who, when I read that in people, because you can tell when someone thinks you're stupid, I'm not gonna come out with like, hey, I graduated high school with a 4.3. I was in the top 10% of graduates at my college after finishing in the honors program, which only 50 students in my year were in, and I graduated in 3 years. I'm not gonna be that bitch, but also I'm smart as fuck. And it's like a genuine insecurity of mine that when people hear me talk, they think I'm dumb. It's kind of my pet peeve, but I would also say it's my biggest insecurity is my voice. Curly Creole J asked, do you have a lot of female friends? Yes. Almost all of my friends are women. I don't make friends with many men. I was actually thinking about this the other day. I don't know how that happened, but I have almost exclusively female friends, which I think is kind of weird actually, but I don't know. Let's do one more. Trey X Art asked, do you ever do things for the clout? I don't think so. I mean, I guess everything I do is for clout because I'm like an influencer, I'm a content creator, and I'm not out here like licking ice cream, all tea, all shades, so take from that what you will. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure to leave a tea emoji down in the comments. Only personal tea on me has been spilled, but it's tea nonetheless. If you like this video, be sure to hit it with a like. It really helps me out a bunch. And thank you for being my friend today and always. I will see you guys in the next one with a human hair wig. Bye guys.